Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. Episode 24, Jesse, of My Panther Pride podcast, man. We are just
24.
rolling along. I mean, it's 25 because we had 23.5 at the.
Does it, man?
Yeah, doesn't matter.
Yeah, the number's all that matters.
But how are you feeling after this weekend, dude?
I'm feeling good, man. I mean, got to just enjoy the weekend, watch the games when I could. Obviously, I was literally on the ice for one game, but
Right,
you can only do what you can.
right. For sure. I mean, there was a lot of good football played this weekend, for sure. I remember you texted me, you said, "Hey, you watching the game?" And I'm like doing stuff and watching the game. So.
Yeah, that's it. I had it on, but then the last game, I watched that game.
Yeah, last night's game.
Yeah,
Man, that was had you at the edge of your seat, dude. That was some good football.
that was. I mean, party time, man.
Yeah. And since we're a Michigan-based podcast, and it'd be kind of boring if we just got our team knocked out of the way first, because we usually go like the way that the games are scheduled and we recap them. We're going to flip it today. We're going to go from the newest game that was recently played.
Most recent to our game.
Our game.
We tend to spend too much time on our game if we start off that way.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So I mean, you got anything, or you just want to get right into that one?
Viking commented, said, "Good win, guys. Panthers stuffed the run."
Mm-hmm.
That's a little Easter egg about what we're going to get into a little bit later too. So,
all right.
But
well, yeah. So the Brahmas shocked the defenders in DC, man.
Yeah, going a win.
Oh no, they weren't in DC. They were in.
No, they were in DC.
Yeah,
they were in
yeah,
DC.
Yeah, there you go.
The beer snake was there, man.
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't large and in charge like it usually is, but it was there.
Dude, I love that. There was like a super serious video. Was it on the TV or did I see it on X? It was like a super serious video about the snake, the beer snake.
Beer snake.
It was like a National Geographic, like narrated. it was pretty hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty good. And then the video that Defender Man, or the Defender and the San Antonio Brahmas crew, the Horns Forward crew, put out.
Oh, the one you sent me.
Funny.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
What's his official name? Just Defender Man?
The District Defender, I think.
District Defender.
But I think you could find him on Instagram as the Defender. But in other news, this was really good football, man. You never, it was neck and neck the whole game. You didn't know who, DC had an opportunity to put this into overtime.
They did.
At least tie the game up in the fourth with very little time left.
Yeah, and we were kind of talking about that right before we came on. But I like I said, I love Ta'amu. I'm still a fan, but he looked good during the game. But man, when it counted, he was just overthrowing. Like when it came down to it, he was not hitting his moves. He couldn't even get out of the. He couldn't move the way. I don't know. He looked. The moment got to him, which was kind of crazy because it was just a game, week 4.
Yeah, and with how lackluster Ta'amu has been playing this year, I'm surprised they have the record that they have. Like, they went undefeated for 3 games.
Their defense has held them in, man, but it didn't matter like that in this game, and they didn't hold them that way. It's party time down there, San Antonio, man.
Yeah, they like we kind of talked about last week, they were really stepping their game up against us versus what they did in the first 2 weeks. And then, they were like 3 and out, man. We, with Pardee as their coach now, they all just, it's like the narrative has changed and the mindset's changed for San Antonio. Like the Horns Forward guys, they ran into Coach Pardee and some players the night before the game while they were in DC. And that's what they said. It was like a completely different mindset. Like they love Coach Wade, but the mindset has shifted.
I mean, you could tell they look excited. They're rallied. I mean, they went from Coach Wade up in the booth to Coach Wade, not being well. I mean, that's not on him, but still that affects the team.
Exactly.
And now you have Peyton Pardee, who's out there just throwing. I mean, he's great for TV. He's good on TV, man. Isn't it?
Oh yeah,
He
was
seems like a
hilarious
fun coach to coach for or to play for.
because he said something bad about Mike Pereira,
And then,
and
oh, I'm
then
sorry, I shouldn't have
and
said
then he
that.
was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, Mike. I'm sorry, dude.
You're a great guy. I love you, man.
And then the commentator was like,
We're gonna have a kumbaya. That's what he
yeah,
said.
he's like, yeah, I love a good kumbaya.
Yeah. Oh man. But yeah, so what the fuck just happened?
Viking West Press, he has a good point here. Brahmas have yet to play a home game, and they may just turn this season around and making the playoffs. Like, this is seeming really, really reminiscent of what was going on last year with San Antonio.
Yep. It
Like,
really does. They come on late, man. It's like they start the season odd. I mean, they lost to us. They gave us a game, essentially. I mean, I hate
right.
taking that. I mean, a win's a win. I'll take it. But they missed the field goal. You know, that's on them.
Yeah, that was definitely on them.
Yeah.
And you notice after our game that Destroying went on inactive with a groin injury.
Yeah, I saw that. Was it directly after the game, or did he do something? I thought
I don't know
didn't
if
see
it
it until
happened
there was some time after the game. So
right. I don't know if he injured it during our game and was just trying to like nurse it and go, deal with it throughout the game and maybe a practice. And then they're like, we're gonna have to bench you for a week, bud. At least. Who knows? Speculation zone. Pure speculation zone on my behalf.
See, Tamu looked good, man. Look at that. He's got good stat lines, but I'm telling you, when the crucial moments, if he would have hit those, he would have had incredible numbers.
Right.
Because
I mean,
we've those, and you're like, that's not a bad game.
We've said it before. Like,
but he lost the game for him.
A couple of crucial plays will really change the ball game around.
Yeah.
Like big turnovers and turning them into positive yards.
Oh yeah.
Completing good passes. You know what I'm saying? One or two good deep balls that aren't just a foot over your guy's head, dude. Like,
or two, man. He was missing. He was missing. It was not.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted to see. That's for sure.
That's why I'm so glad I traded him off my fantasy team this year. I think Viking ended up switching with me, so thank you, Viking.
That was a good pickup because you got anything left on this game? I mean, I think we covered it. The coaching of San Antonio is going to be
completely different now.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, he's leaning into what they want, and Mond is performing well. I mean, I didn't even look at his rating, but
they're leaning into what they do well.
Mm-hmm. So 14 for 20. How much did he run? 3 times. So I mean, he had a 102.3 rating.
Yeah, he did all right.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen worse this year with other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So on to the next one. The Stallions roll over the Roughnecks, but we can't say that they completely demolished them. This looked like a different Roughnecks team too.
It really did. I attribute it all to the quarterback situation.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, McClendon, he came in there for, like, when people hear QB3, they're probably like, this game's over. This guy's got nothing. He should be playing high school ball. But no, McClendon came in there. He was cool, calm, collected. He took charge of the team. Like, he did really well.
He as soon as he stepped in, he was just moving people. He was controlling the offense, which was I didn't expect to see because like you said, QB3 coming in.
Right.
I mean, he's got size. He's tall. He can he's throwing lasers out there, man.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up he threw it 31 times and still ran the ball 5 times.
Yeah,
and once for a TD.
Yeah, like
stretched it all the way to the pylon. He looked.
If they don't have him starting this week,
they're dumb.
It's a CJ Johnson thing.
What? That's true. I didn't. What exactly happened to Henderson? I didn't see.
He took a hit, and I think it was in his shoulder. Like he took
that was it. He walked off like.
Yeah, like he took
Okay.
a direct hit right to his shoulder.
Dude, we're seeing a lot of injuries.
Yeah,
lot
there
of
has been a
injuries.
lot of injuries this
But
year.
competition has come up.
Yeah,
So, I mean, we're
and
seeing change.
everybody across the league can agree that the competitiveness is has really stepped up versus
Mhm.
last year, from the coaching staff to fans like us that watch almost every game, or try to anyway.
Yeah.
So
We still have lives. We said it when we started this, man. We're still just two dads.
yeah. Lupe, she popped in, said, hey gentlemen, she was happy that the Brahmas won. Viking brings up another good point. This guy's great. He's been championship McClendon since his
Championing,
Vipers championing. Wow.
hoisting him.
Yeah. Since his Vipers tenure in 2022.
Mhm.
He's the reason the Vipers traded away Luis Perez. Houston waited too long to start him.
They really after seeing that, I mean, I didn't know all that about him. But
Right.
seeing him in there, he was cool, calm, collected, man. He looked good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And
look
that's
at all
what
this
you
talking
need
we're
at
doing.
quarterback.
Look at all this talking we're talking about the Roughnecks.
I know,
you know
right?
who else looked good?
Marcus Sims.
Your received trade from that,
Yeah.
right? You got Corral out of that, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
got Matt Corral out of that.
Yeah. I mean,
Hopefully
even
he comes back this year
even
or
Cookus
this week.
looked good, man.
Yeah, Cookus.
He's got the moon ball. It's got that Russell Wilson like arc, not as deep,
Well,
but he's throwing it out there, man.
he definitely knows how to. One thing he was doing better was that layer, like getting it over the defender, but right where he needed it to for his receiver. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Cookus had a bomb.
Yeah, he had a 50-yarder or something, right? That or
30. He only had 36. Yeah, 36 yarder. But yeah, I saw one. It was a good throw. I was like,
Yeah.
no way.
I mean that was. I remember that throw. That was one of the like, all right, the Stallions are back in this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And this, for them doing so well against the Stallions versus them doing so crappy the rest of the year or the beginning of the year.
I think we're seeing how it's almost matchup or schematic based. It's not so much skill right now, because you hit a different stride when you're with somebody, you know, like Houston, they switch quarterbacks and the whole offense clicks. I mean, obviously a quarterback is a very crucial position, but
Right.
it's interesting. And Case Cookus had a great run.
Oh yeah. Negative. Yeah, that's another thing. The Stallions couldn't get their run game going at all. Like, really.
Neither could nobody could. Everything's tightening up, man.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to run everything through the quarterback. But yeah, this one I got home and I was kind of watching with everybody here, so it was rough to watch this one.
Right. That I was, you know, if I'm at home, I got the kids here and stuff, and we're in between doing things. And it was Easter weekend, so we had a dinner to get ready for, as you did too. You hosted over the weekend.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the Stallions continue to
do the
win.
Stallions thing.
I mean,
man, I like week 9. Man, we got them again week 9. That's we're gonna have 2 completely different football teams by then, I think.
I think so too. I mean, compared to when we already played them, we look completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, just riding with. We'll talk about that later. But
yeah.
Swords with Wings. You put it in there.
Nice. I did.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the Renegades.
I hate it for Manny Wilkins. I mean, you don't want to see it for anybody, but I mean, he goes down early. How many plays did he play? 2, 3 plays?
2 or 3 plays. It was another. Who'd they have starting against us, or who'd Birmingham have starting against us? And he went down the first play of the game.
Oh, and just Edling just did last week.
Yep. So
I mean, this is not like that though. That looked real rough, man. I don't want to speculate. I mean, but it looked like back of the heel-ish area.
yeah, I heard Achilles.
Yeah. I haven't heard anything. My dog's trying to eat my freaking tortoise, man. Chill out, bro.
Ooh. Wonder if Cookus will start against the Showboats this week. Because Cookus came from the Showboats last year, I believe. That's who he played for.
Chase Cookus.
Or was that?
I don't see why he couldn't.
Right. Unless Matt Corral's healthy.
Well, what did you think about Max Duggan?
Max Duggan?
Duggan.
I didn't think he could get his offense moving that well.
No, he couldn't. 20.8 is his QBR. He went 8 for 17 for 78 yards. I mean, I don't want to. They were getting shut down. They couldn't. What was the rushing? Let's see.
Yeah, Sailors couldn't get the ball moving.
20 for 61. Man, they're just thumping him into the line.
Right.
And I told you this last week.
DC wrote
the blueprint for what to do.
Yep, for sure.
As a reward, I'm going to eat this Cadbury egg now.
Good job, buddy. You take that reward. But yeah, we said it last week that DC definitely gave up the blueprint on how to beat the Battlehawks.
Yes.
You know, the first 2 weeks having 3 people with over 100 yards rushing, I mean, it pretty much says, hey, here's your sign.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what we're doing moving forward, you know?
Right.
And then now, losing Manny like that, I mean, I hope he can recover and come back, but that's not a good sign.
No. I bet they're panicking over there in St. Louis right now.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Especially with our big beefy D line coming down there.
Everybody looked good. It's so thick.
It's so thick.
But
so
yeah, man.
Yeah.
The Spring King, I feel like they kind of rode on his coattails a little bit.
Yeah, he was doing a good job. They were getting pressure on him, for sure. They were getting pressure on Luis Perez, but he knows how. He's not like a runner like Bryce and some of these other guys, but he can definitely get out of the pocket.
He's a pocket navigator is what he is. There was, I believe it was a third down. It was like 3rd and probably 7 or something. But the pocket started collapsing, and it collapsed almost in a line.
Mm-hmm.
And from the side, you've seen him literally like slaloming forward through the offensive line and then just tucked around and threw it for a first down. It's like, man, that's why that guy continues to be the way he is.
Yep.
Like you said, he's not the fastest. He's not the most
athletic, mobile.
Mm-hmm. But he's efficient in his movement.
Yeah.
Especially for escaping the pocket, which they really relied on that. I'll tell you that much. Just to buy that little bit of time.
Yeah, it sounds like they need to beef up their O-line or something, work something out up there to get, if they get him that extra half a second.
Yeah, there's a few teams that need to focus on offensive line play. And I was a little worried about ours, but I'm not anymore.
No, I'm definitely not worried about our O-line. Mm-mm. I mean, and we still got Cam Carter that hasn't played yet. So
when are they going to activate him?
Who knows? I was talking to Panther Shadow before the game, because he was there at dinner with us, and yeah, he brought up a good point. Cam's probably getting pretty mad, dude. He's losing out on money because you get paid
per play.
Not per play, but you get paid to dress for the game.
Yeah, per like time you play.
If you're active, you get paid so much more, and if you're inactive, you only get like half of that. Man. And he's been inactive for 2 weeks, so
he's probably pissed. Why did you even bring me here?
Yeah,
Let me wait 2 weeks and play
thou
there.
thousands of dollars, dude.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Do we think the trade was worth it? So I like Marcus Sims. Don't get me wrong. I would love to have him on our team, but I feel like having him on our team pulled so much more attention away from the other tools we have, like Samson Nakua and Devin Ross and Malik Turner. So it's nice to see them guys get the ball. Like, what, we had 7 different receivers catch the ball last week.
That's what I was trying to get in one frame right here. I'm trying to get it so you could see all of our receivers. That's exactly what I was about to bring up.
So, like, being able to have the option to spread that ball out versus having that number one receiver that people are going to try to double team and really focus on, now you don't know where the ball is going to go because every guy is getting treated equally, in my opinion.
Exactly what you said, but I would say addition through subtraction. So
yes,
we did lose him, and it was sad to see him go. And I hope that he prospers where he's at, especially with the way that we saw Houston operating last night.
Yeah, for sure.
I wish the best for him, but now everybody else, like you said, has a little bit more room to grow. We have a little bit more. I mean, we finally got our tight ends a little involved. Granted, not much. I think they had 4 catches total.
Yeah, between Hicatini and Weidemeyer had like 3
catches. But yeah, Hicatini had 2. Weidemeyer had 3 with the touchdown. But they're spreading it around. 7 different receivers. I mean, they're moving. The thing I like to see is now, instead of having one, say your X is locked down, or your Z, whichever, however you line it up, like that guy is our Z receiver. Now they're moving everybody.
Yeah,
like I've seen the same play, and they moved no receiver was at the same spot, but the first play it was Malik Turner, and then the next time it came around, it was Devin Ross. And it was the same play, but obviously they're both running a little bit of slot, but they're getting more creative with the players now.
Yeah, especially, did you see that there was one play, and I was like, why is Jaden at receiver? They had Sheardon out at receiver.
On the far side, too. He was the closest to us. Yeah, I mean, that all they're doing is looking for mismatches. I mean, you look at – we might as well pull this up. We were already talking about it.
Yeah.
Sink the boats.
We're on this game now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're creating crazy mismatches, man. They're putting the edge defender or edge anybody along the edge in pure conflict. And Bryce Perkins, he's like a magician out there working the cards. I swear, I kept saying to you, you can hear him ripping the ball out. You can hear the pads as he's pulling the ball out. It's so violent. Like he's stepping to pull last, and it's getting him. And he's athletic enough to get around the edge every time.
Yeah, he's making really good reads all the way up to the last possible millisecond that he can.
He is,
and he's making stuff happen.
Yeah, and now he's fat. That's 2. And he's now what I've been talking about. I wanted him to see him throwing, outside of the numbers and a little bit downfield. We saw that. I believe it was over the shoulder to COC at the tail end of the game.
Yeah.
And then we saw that complete field cross by Hicatini, and he hit him right before he went outside, and that was his longest, so 34 yards. That was a strike. We're seeing him throw all over the place, man. I think it really.
I think he's getting I don't want to say this with a bad connotation, but with Etling out, I don't feel like he's feeling the pressure of, hey, any little thing that I do wrong, they're sending somebody else in here. So he doesn't have that pressure, and I think that makes him feel a little bit more comfortable.
Not only the pressure, I feel like you get just being in there consistently. You're feeling the pressure, and I get where you're coming from, but then you're always in there, and everybody else knows who's going to be in there. I don't know if they're all right, do you think I don't think they had a game plan to start. I don't think how Memphis was alternating.
Every drive I was like, why is Brown in? Why?
No. In this game, Troy Williams.
Troy Williams.
He was in.
DJ Perry.
Yeah, I don't understand why he was.
It was like every other drive or every drive they would switch.
And I feel like when they needed it, they were just letting EJ remain in, and then they put Troy Williams in, and then I feel like you're just setting both up for failure. I mean, look at the QBRs you're getting on both sides. Oh, yeah, too far. 37 and 56. And I'm not trying to discredit our defense, but I feel like they're playing mind games with themselves, which makes our job way easier on defense.
Right. If you're gonna let them beat themselves, just let them beat themselves, and we'll just execute our game plan to the best of our ability.
Yeah.
Lupe talking about Tua.
What
man, we were talking earlier, man. That touchdown run,
it was
Noah
nuts.
Johnson was the MVP on that. He created the hole, moved up to the second level, caught his block on the second level, and then just got a chip on the third level to where Tua just had to make a miss.
I'm trying to find it right now. That was such a good. I can't find it.
Yeah, he opened up that hole, like he got his hands on the nose guard, twisted his body, opened up the hole, and like I said, Tua must have like tapped him on his butt as he ran by.
Yeah, here we go. Look at him in there. All the way.
Yeah. I'm not taking anything away from Tua Tua. He had a phenomenal game.
Big boy. Yeah, man, that was.
Oh,
that was.
And then another thing we haven't talked about yet is our experience on Thursday.
Oh yeah, I mean we talked while we were there.
Yeah, I don't know how many people watched that episode because the audio was not the greatest.
I didn't. I can imagine. We just had the phone sitting there.
Yeah, I went back and started listening to it, and I was like, "Ooh, yeah."
Rough.
It was a good but a bad idea. When Wisenhunt was that coach, they had better consistency with QB play. I would agree. Jim Turner has mismanaged the quarterback spot. Like I would agree with that, especially last week with them guys alternating drives. That was just ridiculous. I've never seen that in a football game a day in my life.
I mean, we did it a little bit to start the season.
Yeah, but it wasn't like, all right, Bryce, you got drive 1. Etling, you got drive 2.
It literally was alternating drives. Yeah, here, let's.
It literally I swear, because Ducky was sitting next to me.
So Williams. Yeah, Perkins. EJ Perry. Troy Williams. Yeah, even after he took it down the field for the touchdown, they still pulled him out. It just makes no sense, man. I don't.
Yeah, like how are you gonna have any kind of team continuity changing up? Like we've said it over and over again. Your quarterback, he's your field general on your offense.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna change your general every 5 minutes.
Yeah, especially after they're successful.
Right.
He got you down there. Granted, he didn't. It was a run, but still.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's
like we're really leaning on
Memphis here. I'm glad we're out of that, at least for now. I mean, I don't see them. They didn't put him in there. I'm glad to see one name.
Yeah, I mean we put in Lombardi for the last 45 seconds of the game or something like that. Don't quote me. I don't think that's what it was, but it was so little at the end that I don't even remember him going in.
But I'm saying like noteworthy. It's look at passing. He has no passing stats. I'm saying we have one quarterback here.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, that was an exciting game. I mean, did you see the attendance numbers for the league?
Yeah. So we're Panthers. We're up all 3 games.
Even the Battlehawks?
Well, I'm talking about our home games versus last year. Our
Oh,
attendance
okay.
numbers.
Gotcha.
We were up. Last week was the first, I would say, probably disappointing number.
Yeah,
But it wasn't by much, because we've talked about the target range of attendance at the games is between 10 and 15,000 realistically.
Yeah.
We came up about 400 short. 9,600. When an hour before kickoff, we had first pitch thrown at Tiger Stadium or Comerica Park, right across the street. So I know when I got down to Detroit for dinner before the game and we hung out with Jake and Ducky, and then you showed up with your crew, there was a lot of Tiger stuff going on down there. If you walk around, you could tell there was a Tigers game. You would not be able to tell there was a Panthers game.
I did not realize. Yeah, I mean, even trying to park, I was like, oh man, I didn't realize there was stuff going on. And then the day after, I believe Saturday, or was it Sunday? Well, that weekend we had the Pistons playing their playoff game.
Yep.
That's huge. Hasn't happened in forever, man.
So for us to still put almost 10,000 in the stadium, you know what I'm saying, with everything else that was going on, I know they sound like excuses, but there's other teams that are doing a lot worse. Like, I know a team that hasn't broke 5,000 at home yet.
That's a rough go.
What, TDECU, I think they only had between 6,000 and 7,000 this weekend.
No, I haven't seen.
Yeah,
I'm pulling it up. Right
DC, they showed out with like between 12 and 13,000. We were at like 9.6. And what was the other home game?
Can't remember. I can never remember where I find this stuff or who.
Mike Mitchell.
It was Mike Mitchell
on X. Yeah, DC showed out. Houston didn't. Oh. Were they in Choctaw this weekend? I think it was Choctaw. I think Arlington was at home. Because we didn't see another.
Yeah, Arlington was at home.
Yeah. And I think they were under 10K too.
I can't find the exact numbers. My bad, Zoe. God, I got surrounded by dogs. I can't even move.
No, it's all right. I got one underneath my feet too.
Yeah. All right. Well, so I mean,
oh yeah, we haven't talked about our players of the week.
Yeah, we'll start with MVP player of the game. I mean, we already talked about his stats enough. I mean, Bryce Perkins.
You got to give it to him.
Hell of a game. So 15 for 22, so 68%, almost broke 70, but still 200 yards, 9.1 average, 2 touchdowns. And then on top of that, he had 7 rushes for 45 yards with a long of 20. So that one when he skirted around the edge, man, that was nasty. I think they thought he was going to just run straight out, and he put his foot in the ground and turned upfield.
Yeah, that was one of the ones where I was like, man, I thought he was going to get a lot more, but they just barely pushed him out of bounds. I think, wasn't it? Something like
that long run where he turned, got the first, and then got like, I don't know, maybe almost 15 more yards upfield.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's a good game. It was a great game. We got to hang out with some cool people. That's something else that we haven't got to talk about yet.
I don't think I have my.
We've mentioned it. We got to hang out with Ducky. If you guys know who Ducky is, he's a UFL community legend from Around the UFL podcast. But it was awesome having him come up and hang out with us.
Drove all the way up and then back after the game. What a crazy man.
What a dedicated guy.
Yeah. I'm glad he came though, dude. It was fun.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting him and hanging out with him and I talked to him on Discord and stuff like that. Oh, okay. I got you. It's right here. Got to see the Ducky card.
Yeah, mine's upstairs.
I'm not allowed to. per Ducky, I'm not allowed to say who I replaced him with in the same sentence anymore.
So now it's a new sentence. Who did you replace him with?
EJ Perry.
Woo!
I had an EJ Perry Panthers card up there.
Well,
and I was like, no, I got to get the Ducky up.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to set mine up somewhere. Oh, wait. No, it is down here.
And then I don't know how many of you people that are watching are Lions fans, but we had Derek from Lions Syndicate come hang out with us and drop some knowledge on us about what we should be doing.
Yeah, shout out Derek. He was real cool, real helpful.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said.
Oh, okay.
What?
This Luke, I don't know what his real name is, but he's on the Discord. He messages me every once in a while. He goes by Patrick Star on the Discord.
Oh,
nice to have you here, Luke. But
Luke Pat.
Yeah, Luke Pat Luke.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome being able to hang out with some other content creators and hear what they have to say about how we're doing on the show and what we can do to progress the show and grow the show. So,
and it was very interesting to see who knew us through them, or who knew them, and they were like, "Wait, those guys? I know them."
Yeah, like the one guy that works at Ford Field.
Yeah,
Derek went live while we were down on the sideline before the game, and he came up to him and was talking to him. Well, during the fourth quarter, the guy walked by and he looked up and he seen me, and he's like, "Hey, you guys are the My Panther Pride guys. Derek shouted you guys out, and I've been watching your show ever since." He's like, keep listening to what he's saying. He's like, I love that guy. He's my idol. And he was an older gentleman, you know what I'm saying? But it was really cool. Like it's different now going to like Panthers events and games and stuff, and people are like, "Hey, you're those guys."
Well, it's a much smaller community, and what I was kind of telling you, I mean, Derek, he's way more, YouTube. He's more known than we are, but yet we were able to take him, and he was, take him on the field and enjoy the access, which he hasn't got to do yet, at Ford Field. Yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was cool that we could make that happen for him. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate every time that he shouts us out on the show or, makes a post and tags us with us. Yes, your friends did recognize us from the game. It was actually my dad that photobombed that picture.
The hell out of him, dude. That was hilarious. You sent that to me before like halftime, I think. Like, this is photobomb of the year right here.
Right, my dad's just in the background.
He was
big dude. But yeah, after that I went and watched a little bit of their show, and I went and subscribed to their channel. It's The World of Football Kalamazoo. So, and then my dad, he photobombed another picture. So you know how we had Horns Forward at our tailgate?
Yeah.
So Brahma Babe, she runs a page called The Ladies of Football. And you know how she got all the women up there to take a picture and all the younger girls and stuff?
Yeah.
My dad's in the background by the car.
No peripheral awareness with them, or he's just happy to be there.
He was just
having
there.
a good time.
But speaking of tailgates, for anybody that's watching, May 4th, we're having a tailgate again.
Yep, same spot. Brush
and Madison, right in front of the courthouse.
Park right lot is what it's called.
Park right, yeah.
Park right, RITE.
Yeah, so literally we're like 2 blocks down the road from the front doors of Ford Field.
Get there early enough and it's only $20, but if you get there too late, it's $30.
Yeah. If you get there and you can scan the QR code and pay online, it's only $20. But once the guys get there to try to run the lot, they want $30 cash.
We got to park We're gonna park more towards the road this time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Towards Brush Street.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
down
yeah.
with that.
Some shade, it's gonna be a good time.
We're gonna have some Sith skits.
Sith skits.
That's hard to say.
It is. Sith skits and gravy.
Sith skits and gravy.
And Wookiee waffles.
We're also gonna bring some Leia cinnamon buns
Ooh.
because you know how she
Leia.
has the buns.
Yep. Space buns. Leia's space buns, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be a good time. For us changing the
Forgot about
location.
Weidermeyer.
Oh yeah, we forgot to talk about Weidermeyer.
He had that barreling catch and run for the touchdown, man.
Yeah. I bet he was so freaking ecstatic.
Oh, you could see it. He was not going down. He's like, I got the ball and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, it was like Jaden last week. He got activated and just came and showed out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you come in a little, nobody's prepared for you, so that, you know. But
yeah, they don't have film on you, so that you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, and he was more. I mean, he had, pardon me, I think 3 catches, right? Yeah, 3 catches for 37 yards.
Yeah,
So,
he was effective.
Very, very. I like the way this offense is looking, man. I think we're getting dangerous.
Yeah. And we're trying some different things. You know what I'm saying? By bringing some of these newer faces in, like Jaden Sheridan and Jalen Weidermeyer.
Yeah.
So
some not necessarily gadget players, but they're off our typical, which is nice.
Right.
So I'm stoked, man. We got. I mean, let's look at the standings right here. I don't even have it.
They still have us we're ranked number 2 in the USFL because we've lost 1 conference game, but we've also played 1 more conference game. We're halfway through our conference games. That's one way to look at it. As a Panthers fan.
I mean, I'm not. We're 3-1, man.
Yeah,
3-1 heading in. I mean,
I am not upset about that at all.
We're very far ahead, and then we kind of thought this would happen, but at this point, right now, the competition is starting to even out. We're seeing everybody's starting to figure it out, or even the teams who have figured it out early now have to worry about key pieces missing or just people figuring them out.
Right. So what do we play Houston? We play them what, 6-10? I believe.
We only play Houston 1 time this year, don't we?
No.
Oh wait, yeah, 8-10. So we're only the tail end of the season.
Man,
that's wild.
So our last 3 games are conference games because we have Birmingham week 9.
Yep. So week 7 we got Arlington.
That's so we got the next couple of weeks. We just got XFL games.
Yeah. Yep. So we just went. Yeah.
That's crazy. Like the middle of our season is just like straight XFL.
And then the tail end, they lop it off. They're trying to. Those are going to be meaningful games.
For sure.
I mean, hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, the way I see it, we're either going to run right over Houston. And if we don't, we have to beat Houston and we have to beat Birmingham.
I feel like in 1 week we went from having, juggernauts or untouchable teams. And it's funny because it's just 1 loss. But I feel like everybody kind of got figured out. And everything's kind of open for next week. Right.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of football to be played between now and the end of the season. But I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of good football, a lot of good matchups, like you said. We're past that, like, building the team camaraderie. People know who each others are, who they are. They know the schemes. Mm-hmm. They know what they got to do now. Now it's just executing.
And they are. At this point, they seem to be. I mean, I'm excited to see how they play on the road because especially
that Houston Stallions game, dude, that was a way big surprise. Same with San Antonio and DC. Those were two big games that were a lot closer than what I think a lot of people expected.
It was, and what a cool like coaching matchup that was. You know, interim head coach versus young interim versus young interim. Like they were coaching their asses off, both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that was awesome.
For
you
sure.
Could see, and at the end of the game, you could see how happy the Brahmans players were for their coach just to see it coming out. So
yeah,
first
I think
win of the season on the road, obviously, because they haven't.
Did you see one of the linemen come up behind him and just like grabbed him right up and just took a Gatorade bottle? Just like, yeah, coach.
Did he?
Just started soaking him with a Gatorade bottle.
Man. See, I don't got a cooler, but I'm gonna hit you with this.
Yep. Yeah, like he just scooped him up with one arm, like bear hugged him with one arm, and Party was just like,
oh man,
I can't go anywhere.
Yeah, that was good. I'm excited for the week ahead, man. I mean, we're away, so we got a little different vibe. You know, it's nice to be in the stadium.
And speaking of being away, there will be a watch party at DraftKings in Troy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the exact address, but you can Google it.
Yep. DraftKings Sports Bar and Social.
Yeah, Social and Sports Bar or whatever.
It's right. It's at not Partridge Creek. What the hell's that mall called? I never go over there.
Yeah, I don't go down there too often.
Somerset?
That might be
Somerset.
Somerset.
Yeah, it's right by Somerset. Not the North Building. The other one.
Yeah. DraftKings Sportsbook and Social in Troy, Michigan. Game starts at 7:00, I believe.
Yep, 7:00.
So,
and the Panthers are going under the arches, man. This is gonna be a good one.
Yep, it'll be a good one.
I'm excited to see what. I mean, we'll find this out throughout the week, but I wonder what the snap count was in practice for St. Louis. Last week. Like, are they going 50-50? Are they, was Manny getting a lot? And how is Duggan going to look at home with a little bit more, more snaps?
Right. I don't know how them St. Louis fans are going to react if they lose another game at home. Are we just going to leave it at that?
Yeah, we'll leave it there. We're from Detroit, dude. We're going to show up whether we win or lose.
Yeah. So, I mean, if we had the money to travel around and go to the games, I guarantee we'd be doing it. But as we said, we're two broke dads.
And speaking of that, I really hope that it'd be interesting if we end up leaving Ford Field. I mean, that'd be interesting.
I think so too. But I hope it doesn't go to – I don't think we're not as much in the hot seat as we were last year in that conversation. But if we were to go anywhere, I hope they can make something work out at Ford Field until DCFC gets their ball moving.
I agree too. I think it sucks that sources tell us that there's turmoil from the end of Ford Field a little bit. I mean, we're very far removed from the situation, but it kind of sucks to see that, especially in the off season. And you kind of, I don't know. Yeah. It's interesting.
They're just not very welcoming to us. And I don't know if
it's the team, not us.
Right. Yeah, not us, but the team.
They don't like my Panther pride.
They're like, screw these guys. Keep them out. No. But I don't know if it's I don't think it's like anything to think that like back in the day the USFL was a direct threat to the NFL. But I don't see that now. I think there's a lot of people that think that we should work with the NFL as, I wouldn't say a farm league, but a developmental league.
And they are. I mean, they let contracts go on, on both sides. They're pulling talent on both ends. I think it is. They're just not. They want to be their own entities for money purposes, and especially the NFL. They don't want to share, especially those privately owned teams. Every single one of them, besides the Packers. We know
it's for the Packers.
Yeah, they don't want to share in that, and especially Fox and all their their entities that own it, all the people that will be, they don't want to share, and they want to be their own thing, and that's not a bad thing. I think it should be its own thing too, because now we get differences, man. I do wish that they had privately owned teams within the
Baby
UFL,
steps.
But yeah, exactly.
We'll get there.
But we gotta get off here soon, huh?
Yes, we do. I just want to throw it out there for people that didn't know what DCFC was. It's the Detroit City Football Club, which is soccer. It's an MLS team, and they're talking about demoing a building downtown. I think it's like the southwest corner. It's an old hospital, and building a new state-of-the-art soccer facility that'll see, I think, between 20 and 30,000. Do you think in the future Detroit FC and the Michigan Panthers work something out and have the stadium share it if it doesn't work with Ford Field? That's smart. Yes, it's smart, because then we're set up like DC. And if we have 12 to 15,000 people show up to a 20,000 seat stadium, that's going to look a heck of a lot better than 15,000 showing up to a 66,000 capacity stadium.
Take this with a grain of salt. This is Reddit, but
some renderings, and it would be an outdoor field, but at least the seats are covered.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind it if it was its own thing, but it's just got to be a good.
And they have some of the similar colors to us, so I think it'd be awesome to.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they don't have the blue necessarily. I think they have a little bit, but I mean,
they got the gold and the burgundy.
Yeah. But all right, let's wrap this baby up.
Yes, sir. One last comment. It's not formal. The NFL can benefit at no cost way. The UNFL benefits because they'll get next tier talent. Okay, that's one take on it. But we got to get off here. ATU starts in 3 minutes, and we don't want to make you guys choose who to watch because we know who wins.
Yeah, especially with Ryan on there.
Yeah.
God damn it.
It's not your fault, Ryan. We understand, and we still love you.
Yes, we do. You'll be our first returning guest, I promise.
Yes. But as always, Panther fans, remember, let's hunt.